Yo, what is back, my degenerate family? We are in the house, man. I am so excited to be with you guys today. Honestly, man, I was just thinking about you guys on the way over here. I was like, I cannot be late. I've never been late. I'm in traffic. I'm busting the move to get there, but I will not be late when it comes to my audience. So I had to put it on the gas pedal. I said, let's go. All gas, no brakes. Wake up. Time to do the degen out. Let's go. What up, Chris?
What up, my man? Another beautiful day in the Matrix. Continue doing our thing. Markets are down a little bit. Everybody's going absolutely crazy. It's in the world, but hey, at the end of the day, we're about to get to the next leg up. And here's the thing I find so funny. Everybody was screaming pump was it October, Pumptober? I don't know. I
October. You see it? It's right there. We got it. October.
Yeah, everyone was screaming Uptober, and then the market crashes. And I remember when I saw that happen, everybody was just like freaking out, and then I was just like, I have a feeling the market's about to crash. It's it. There's never been a time where everybody agrees on something and the price actually does what everyone agrees with. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, you
So
know what? We need to start saying it's October.
yeah, there you go. I love it. I love
We
it.
do
So
that, then we can go to the moon and
yes,
stars.
yeah. So, ultimately, just based off of what I'm seeing right now, market's down, but if you guys just go look at the past four Bitcoin cycles, or was it three? I can't remember. It was three or four. If you just look at the price chart, you usually have like a dump in that like October period time at the beginning quarter four, and then you have this massive recuperation on the back end. So ultimately, we're actually where we're at right now. If you guys checked out our last live stream, we're trading in between that flag. So if you go and you just look at if you look at the altcoin market, it looks like blood in the streets. But if you look at the Bitcoin price chart, it's just trading sideways. And we talked about this with Bill yesterday. So, overall, really good. So I think today we're going to talk about Element 280. I
Okay.
know a lot of you guys have been hearing about it. I know the dude has been going on a lot of platforms. And a little secret, when we do live streams with projects, there's a reason. There's a reason why we do certain things. There's a reason why we put out tweets. There's a reason why we go for projects. Me and Trey, we're very calculated people. We don't do things based off of how we feel. We do things based off of logic. Does that make sense?
Hey, that's all we do, baby. I'm glad you. I love how with every stream we get to peel back another layer. So I love it because I know there's people that have been watching for a long time. So this is like a series to them over hundreds of hours of this. So
Yeah. So, ultimately the main point I'm trying to say is we were talking to the dude about Element 280 for a reason because it's going to be huge. And I think a lot of people are sleeping on this particular project. So we're going to get into that. And then the other thing I also want to say is, I know that we get into a lot of projects want to do live streams with us and want us to do interviews. And we're getting to this point where me and Trey are so busy. It's very difficult for us to be at like two places at once. So I think with how we're going to go with this setup, we're going to keep doing these weekly live streams where we can cover projects and we can get to every single project rather than trying to do a project live stream every single day and not be able to analyze the markets, look at price charts, look at trends. So the takeoff is if we're live streaming all the time, then we're not going to be as efficient with information and also our price analysis. But if we're not live streaming enough, then our audience doesn't grow. So it's like this trade-off. So ultimately, going on forward, we're going to continue to do these types of live streams because it allows us to cover more projects, get into the technical analysis, and actually do stuff that we like to do. And then if we ever do a big project live stream, it's probably going to be because it's really, really big. And that's how we're going to move on out. Any thoughts on that, Trey?
yeah, I couldn't have put it better myself, man. Like I've been saying, live streams will get scarce and um in the future, but the goal now is to do these on Mondays and Thursdays. Hit them at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the time being. That's just where Chris and I commitments are right now. So we appreciate you for being here, and we are excited that the last time we came on at 8 p.m. There was a bunch of people in here. There's a lot of devs, and so we definitely think this is a great time. People are settled in after work. It seems to be more across the country. So we're settling on this time for right now, and we'll let you know if anything changes in the future. But for now, that's what's going to be going forward.
Yeah, and just to build off of what Trey was talking about, we like to do just like 1 or 2 live streams a week because we take all the information put together and it's higher quality. And then also please keep in mind, we might be getting a like a subscribers account on Twitter. We did apply for it and it's actually in the process of potentially getting approved. So what we're thinking about doing is creating like a subscribers only live stream where people can come in that want to be part of private live stream, and then we can help them on an as needed basis. So we're probably going to do layers like this, but that's to be determined. But ultimately, we're still going to have these free open live streams where we talk about what we're looking at on the market, educate you guys about TitanX, technical analysis, and then just mainly narrative. So I think overall it's going to be really great. Now, guys, here's the deal. We're going to get into our first segment. I want to talk about Element 280 and Helios. But guys, please do us a favor. Share this live stream out, hit that like button, and continue to spread the word, because if we get more people in here, we get more likes on videos, we're more likely to give you guys more alpha. You have seen the past few live streams where we went for an hour and a half because we had 100, we saw 100 people, and then we got 200 people. So that's kind of like our motivation. We get more viewers and more people come in, more interaction, we'll go up. If we have less people in here, then we'll cut the live stream a little bit shorter. That's how we usually do it. That if you guys ever wonder how we do the time length based off of that, and don't want to highlight it on too much. So good stuff. All right, cool. So let's just talk about. Well, let me do a quick screen share.
Yes, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Smash that like, hit that subscribe. Hold on a second. And while you're doing this, I'm just going to say hi to a couple people in here. We got Alex Cobb. He says, hello, Chris. You're the best in the universe. We've
Thanks, man.
got Trey, as always, professional DJs. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see. Deluxe is in here. Says go time will be after the election. Possibly, possibly. You know what? But we're gonna just keep looking around because we think that when there's blood in the streets, there's things to be done. So we
We
like that too.
go ahead.
And we got OX Blockhead. What's up? Thanks for coming in. Welcome to stream, OX Blockhead. And we love the streams too. Yo, peeps, Utah Crypto. We got these guys out here. Thank you guys so much coming in. We appreciate you. And now we're about to get in to E280. You said
Yes,
everybody's
sir.
sleeping on E280?
Yeah. So just get into
Quit
the
sleeping.
TitanX. Go ahead. What were
Oh,
you
I
saying?
said quit sleeping.
Yes, sir. So we're getting to the TitanX universe. We already identify, kind of like the main arteries of the body, if that makes sense, or the main organs or the main functions. And so we talked about Dragon X and its pivotal role in getting to that deflationary phase. We talked about Blaze, where you got the development side. We got the Vault doing its innovative technology. And then we got Helios Zombie Protocol, which is what we're going to talk about a lot today. Now, this weekend, what I'm planning on doing, if I got some time, I'm going to really update this and get it to a level where I really like it. And then we can really break this down. And then we're going to continue to update this going on to the future. So if you guys ever say I'd never covered a project on live stream, well, guess what? If there's a logo here, I definitely talked about on live stream. I definitely talked about AwesomeX. I definitely talked about Morpheus. I definitely talked about JakeX. We definitely talked about Hydra. So you can't say I don't talk about these projects because I got the proof right here. I
I
got
like it.
receipts. I got
That's right.
receipts.
We're making Titan Kingdoms right here. It
Yeah.
seems to be a hint at the first awesome Titan X handheld game on the Apple Store, bro. I'm gonna build it. I'm gonna do it. But anyways,
Yes, sir. So we're getting into Helios right now, but the main thing I want to talk about is this new ecosystem called Element 280. Now, Element 280 is going to be an interesting protocol, and I'm not going to bore you with all the details. So I'm just going to show you what the utility is and then just draw it out. Ooh, that was not the right one. Element 280, let's go over here to the docs. So basically what Element 280 is doing, it's creating a token web, this token web. And so there's going to be two types of like functions behind this ecosystem protocol. There's going to be tokens and there's going to be NFTs. And the NFTs can be converted back into tokens. Now, what's really unique about this token web, because you guys seen it on Pulse Chain, you've already seen it on TitanX with like JakeX and all these other projects. And I know Inferno has a couple of LPs and all that stuff. The main thing that's different is the buy and sell tax. So if we go down to, I think it was right here. The buy and burn. No. LP creation. No. Rewards pool. No, right here. There's going to be a 4% buy, sell, and transfer tax on the element token. And then there's going to be a 3% tax on burning the NFT to claim element tokens. So in the beginning, you can basically either mint the token or you can put up TitanX to get the NFT. And what's special about the NFT is you can basically earn fees generated through the E280 protocol. And that's through these buy, and sales tax. But the main point of this is you have arbitrage bots, and then the arbitrage bots are going to be trading between each pair, and we're going to be taxing those trades, and then those taxes are going to be used for a series of things. Number one, it's going to be used to burn the E280 token. Number two, it's going to be used to burn the TitanX token. And then number three, it's going to be used to feed the Helios treasury and essentially build up a huge like I guess you can call it an index fund of all the TitanX projects into this protocol. Let me make sure. I thought I saw the breakdown of the taxes. 443 TitanX distribution. Sorry, sometimes I get really confused with this white paper. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's just here. So 90% of it's burn. 10% burns the ecosystem token. 80% burns the element token, 6% to Genesis, 4% to the Helios treasury. Okay, so yeah, there you go. So of the 4 to 3% of those taxes, that's the breakdown of how this token works. Now I know most of you guys are visual learners, so I'll just go ahead and just draw this because you guys like it when I draw stuff, so I think it's kind of cool. So basically what's going to happen is you're going to have E280 right here. And so this is token 1. And then E280 is going to be paired up with a project like, we'll say TitanX is going to be one. All right, I'm only going to do 3 of these because I know there's like, how many TitanX projects are there? There's probably like 12 or 15.
A lot right now.
All right, let's do Inferno and then give me another one. What one you want to put?
DBX.
Say that again.
DBX.
All right, GiantX. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's a good setup. All right. So here's your LPs right here. You got E280, and then that little connection is like the LP pair. So you got E280 token, and then you got DBX right here. So you're going to go through the mint phase. You either get an NFT or you get the token. And then all these LPs are going to be set up between every single TitanX protocol. Now, between each of these pools, there's going to be a price of the token. So I'm just going to use generic stuff. So I'm going to say like this one's like $1. This one's going to be like $2. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like 0.00000 something because you're using TitanX to burn it. But for the sake of this being very simple, we're going to keep it at round whole numbers because I'm not smart enough to do the decimals. So basically how this arbitrage bot's going to look at the E280 setup is it's going to say, okay, I got LP 1, 2, and 3. One's between TitanX, another one's Inferno and DragonX. So what it's going to do is it's going to come into this pool and be like, all right, I'm taking TitanX. I'm getting my E280 token for $1. And so because it's $1 here, it's going to take E280 out. And then which LP do you think it's going to sell it in?
DBX.
Exactly. So it's going to come all the way over here because this is 3%. So basically, you're going to get a 3x off. No, you're going to get a 200% ROI off of buying this right here and selling it into here because the price of E280 is a little bit higher. So this is going to sell this down a little bit. Now, let's say if you go in and you sell, and then now this price goes down to $1.50, right? And then this price goes up to $1.75, right? Because you came in, you bought a bunch here, and you sold a bunch here, and then this price gets sold down. Now, that same arbitrage bot is going to come in and be like, okay, there's still a price differential. So we're going to take that $1.50, purchase it again in here, and then sell it into here. And then that's going to change this price, and that's going to change this price. So you can see how crazy this can get very, very quickly. Now, between these transactions, that's where you have the buy and sell fee. If I remember was it 3 and 4%.
Yep.
So 4% buy and sell. There you go. So all this is going to be 4%. So basically, between each of these sells and buys, E280 is going to get 4% of that. Now, what's going to be used for that 4%? So right off the bat, when you have a buyer selling this pool, 90% of those fees.
Burn
Wait, what's
TitanX.
no
No, or is it
90
burn E280?
E280? So wait, actually, no. No. It's going to be 80%, I believe. Yes, 80%.
Okay.
So 80% right here is going to come in and it's going to burn E280. So burn. On top of that, 10% is going to come. Man, that looks so stupid. Looks like 100%. All right. So 10% right here is going to come in and it's going to burn Dragon X. So what happens to the price of Dragon X in this scenario? And I'm gonna draw this out, and then I'm not gonna go too crazy with this. So Dragon X, right here, right? So you
Yeah.
have DBX,
Mm-hmm.
and then the main pool, it's gonna be TitanX, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is an arbitrary price. So for what I know, when you guys are gonna freak out, like, oh my god, Chris says Dragon X is going to like 3 trillion market cap. No. So let's say it's $1 in here, right? And then let's say it's $2 in this pool. So if you get a burn right here, it's going to change the price. Actually, yeah, it's going to change the price of Dragon X right here. And now, because the price of Dragon X changes in this pool, an arbitrage spot's going to come over from Dragon X, take that, and then sell it back into this pool. So if you just think about this and think about the endless possibilities, and you look at how these arbitrage bots work, it's going to get very crazy. And from my understanding, I believe Wintermute does a lot of the arbitrage trades on Ethereum. It's a big market maker. I'm not sure if they're using TitanX products. I have not looked into it. But ultimately, what E280 is doing, what this protocol is doing, is capitalizing off of this formula. And what it's going to do is it's going to pump DragonX. It's going to pump Inferno. It's going to pump TitanX. It's going to pump Blaze. It's going to pump JakeX. It's going to pump AwesomeX when it launches. It's going to pump Morpheus when it launches, Baby Dragon X, Hydra, and the list goes on. So that's the big thing behind this protocol, and that's how crazy it's going to get. Now, here's the hidden thing behind all of this. I'll tell you the hidden factor that a lot of people are missing. Let me do a quick snipping tool because I'm gonna forget about this, and I want to make sure I have this.
And I saw from the Mo, he said we got 100 guys in here, and we got 10% likes. Wow,
10%
10%,
likes.
10 likes, bro.
10 likes. You know
10
what?
likes, bro. He just gave that hot alpha, and
Oh, wait,
bro,
hold on,
some
hold
people
on,
think I'm
Trey, hold on. Because we have 10 likes, you guys gotta wait. You guys saw the button, right? So here's the deal. Like I like watching surf and skate videos. I like watching him Trey skate, and I like watching me surf. I know it sounds weird, but the main point is, if you guys gotta get that like ratio up and help us out here, right? So we're gonna start checking, and if that's the case, man, we just gotta keep playing the intro video until we get our like ratio up. You see what I'm saying?
we can watch skate and surf videos all night. But what I was gonna say, look, that was some hot alpha, and there's some people in here that think I'm stupid, and I get it, and that's awesome. But even I understood everything you were talking about, and I believe that is so beautiful. Shout out to the E280 builders. I guess that's the Helios team. The dude, bro, brilliant. way to really understand the ecosystem and how it goes, bro. That is fire.
Yeah, man. It's pretty crazy, dude. So, I think overall, I like this ecosystem. Now, we need to talk about this right here. I even highlighted the screenshot. So, out of all of this right here, this thing's going to be collecting a fee from each of these transactions, and it's going to go over here to the treasury. And you see the investment pool. So E280 is basically going to be feeding the Helios treasury. Now, my question is, I believe when they buy a portion of the said token, it sends that to the treasury and then they collect it and then they decide if they want to use that to burn their token or do some sort of protocol utility behind it. That goes all through the DAO. But the main point I'm trying to say is with E280, what this is going to do is it's going to feed this investment pool and it's going to increase the value of Helios. Now, when you think of Helios, where do you think the value of Helios is going to be derived from? The
Treasury.
miners, the buy and burn, the benevolent staking whale, or the treasury?
The miners, the buy and burns, the benevolent staking whale, or the treasury. I don't know. I
Okay,
don't know.
treasury, you're right. You said in the beginning. The treasury is what's going to give Helios its value because of what is being created. So I think overall, based off of what I might just leave this is actually a very good description. But overall, based off of what I'm seeing and how this thing plays out. Oh, what did I just do? Okay, good. All right. I thought I just deleted everything. But long story short, I love what Element 280 is setting up. I think this is going to be a great play. Now, the other thing I want to get across, just all you guys understand, I'm not going to bring up the chart and play with colors. I want you guys to really get this and really hear this. I might just whisper it because when you whisper things, people are more likely to listen to you. I'm just kidding. But Element 280 is going to be the easiest way to get people into TitanX and want a piece of every altcoin. Where there's going to be thousands of altcoins built on TitanX. There's probably going to be projects that there's going to be so many projects they're going to get upset with us because we're not talking about it. And the reason why we're not talking about it is there's so much to cover in this ecosystem. And that's why when you remember that live stream with Jake, I said, hey, we need more live streamers. If you got a mic, if you got a computer, start live streaming. What happened right after that?
People started popping up. I think crypto connoisseur was maybe one. He's like, I got a mic. I don't know what. And then there's another. Yeah. He was the guy. He said all Titan Xers have to have a beard. He said that today, and I was like, this guy's freaking genius. I love the way he thinks. Here we go. So yeah, bro, gotta get more streamers out there. Gotta get more personality out there. You just go out there and be yourself on stream. And if you got haters, then you know you're doing it right, baby.
Yeah, exactly. So the point I'm trying to say is with E280, this is going to be a very nice solution to basically set it up so that you get a piece of everything. And in my opinion, E280 one day is going to be a reflection of the entire TitanX ecosystem into one token. And the best part about this token is, dude, it is capped, it's not inflationary, and it's deflationary. Now, I'll give you guys a little tea, I would say.
Say
So
that again. You
I'll
cut
give you
out.
guys I'll give you guys some tea or some little alpha, but I can't go too deep. So E280. All right. And then we got to move on to Helios real quick. Well, actually, basically cover all of Helios. So E280, here's the T. There's going to be a protocol built on E280. Why is that big? Why do you think that's big?
Because it's probably going to try to burn E280 since it's deflationary. So its goal is to just continue to burn that E280.
It's going to burn that E280, which is going to burn more Dragon X, Inferno, Titan X, Jake X, Blaze. I'm not going to do that again, but you get the point. So this mysterious protocol, it's going to expand a price floor that not many people see coming. And I guarantee you it's going to be this is me got guessing. I don't really know too much about it. Maybe it's like auction style, maybe it's like a hyper slash hydra, or maybe it's just something that we have not really got around to. But ultimately, what I think, whatever protocol this is, if it can burn E280 into the future, man, sky's the limit, man. So it's looking pretty good.
I like that. And I guess it was Smoothing Crypto said he did his first stream with Column yesterday. I think that was his name in CryptoCon, and he said it was first stream ever. So good job, guys! Shout out Smoothing Crypto. Go out and check his streams and stuff as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cool. So, I think the next thing we should do is get into some price analysis real quick. I'm gonna share my screen. Let's see. Let's see if my lines come up. Yes, my lines came up. Thank God. All right, let's do log and then odd. Well, no, I want log. Yes. All right. So we'll do this one first, and then we'll get into Helios. So actually, yeah, we'll do the Helios breakdown. Well, actually, no. We'll do the Helios breakdown on the chart. All right. So if you guys have been paying attention to my price charts, I've been doing a little bit of research. Now, one thing that I was looking at is price forecasts. Everybody wants to know what the direction of the price of TitanX is going to do and Hyper and all these other projects. So there's different ways to do this, and you can use certain trading indicators. One of the number one indicators for price analysis is going to be Elliott wave theory, which you use something called a Fibonacci tool. And so what these Fibonacci tools do is it measures these waves. So if you guys just take a look at how the price goes up and then down, up and down. Elliott wave theory, or Professor Elliott, what he did was he studied how these waves move, and then he basically found a way to put that into like a math equation. And then from a math equation, he created charts, and he also created trading patterns. And so one of the biggest math equations that he put together was these Fibonacci tools. Now, the Fibonacci tool has different levels. So you have like a 1, a 0.5, a 0.88. You have like a 2.75. It's just how high the price goes relative to its breakout point. So one thing that I was looking at was from the bottom here to a local high, and then it started trading sideways, and then we had a major breakout. What I went ahead and did was I tested this breakout to see if I can find some sort of price correlation with this major breakout that we saw on TitanX. And the thing that I found was absolutely stunning, and it gets into numerology. That's how crazy this is. So when we started trading sideways from the bottom to the top, and then we had a breakout, so we broke past this local high and we came up, the first high that we hit was at the 1.888, almost right on the dot. 888. Just think about that for a second. 1.88.
Well, I see it there, and then I also saw something else up there up top at the
Well,
333
we're
level.
getting to that. We're getting to
Oh,
that. We're
sorry, my
getting to
bad.
that.
I'm so sorry, bro. I spoiled the fun.
All right. So this moved up here, touched the 1.88, came down, and then just started trading sideways, trading sideways in accumulation zone. Then we came back up, and then we broke out again, and then we came up to the 3.333 and started trading sideways. If you guys have been paying attention to the stuff I've been talking about, these are called Elliott triangles. And I go in the past live stream, I talked about this. I'm not going to review that again. So we're starting to see this constant breakout. So what I did was I said, okay, now that we have a local low here and a local high here, if we trace this move and we project it, then there's a good chance that we could potentially break out to the 1.88 level again and the 3.33 level, using this point as a local low and using this as a local high, and we can determine what the price is going to be in the future. And so what my analysis has indicated is that while we're in this accumulation zone and we're in this Elliott triangle, there's a good chance that when we break out of it, or if we break out of it, we're going to come up and touch the 1.88 first, which is $135 million market cap, come down, retrace, trade sideways, and probably do another Elliott wave triangle, because we saw one here, two here. I guarantee it's going to be a third one. Then it's going to come back up, touch the 3.33, trade sideways, and then come right back up. And what's crazy about my analysis is this breakout is getting very close to, the Dragon X claim. like we were talking about. So it actually falls in line to when we start to see more deflation on the market, and then we start to see a speed in the price appreciation. Any thoughts on that?
Well, it seems like that was designed by Dragon X. That was exactly where my head went to because of the Elliott wave analysis that you've been doing on the Dragon X chart. So I really wanted to think about how this same analysis applies to the Dragon X chart would be interesting to see, in my opinion. But yeah, that's pretty cool way to put it.
Yeah, I might do one. I don't know if someone's in this live stream. I guarantee they're gonna try to copy it, but it'll be funny. It'll be funny to see if someone does. I'm just kidding, but I think ultimately doing technical analysis is great, and I love it when people post charts and I can learn something on Twitter. That's the easiest way to get a lot more views and a lot more people follow you is if you try to provide value that people really lock into. So yeah, man, I'll probably do one on the Dragon X chart to see if I see any trends. But what I find crazy is you have triple eights, you have 333, which is a very important number, and then the breakout 135, 3 plus 5 equals 8. 35 is actually my lucky number, which is pretty cool. And if you guys don't know lucky numbers, I mean, we can get into numerology later, but 35 is my lucky number in numerology. And then this gets up to $228 million market cap. So just based off of the codes in the simulation, based off of these Fibonacci retracement tools and these lines and these projections, it's just falling into all of this coding behind these markets to understand everything, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, man. So overall, I'm going to continue to project this price analysis. As for these levels, I want to make something crystal clear. The time frame, as in when we come up here, it might be a little bit off because when you're trying to calculate when, it's going to be very difficult. I did measure this out so that has similar time frames to what we see here, but the price points, I think it's going to be very close. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. No, I think you're gonna be right on target with these, and it's pretty cool to see you point these trends out because it's just something that I wouldn't understand if I didn't come to the Verse School live stream every week and get that hot alpha, and other people couldn't agree more. That's what Smoothing Crypto just said to Mo, who said that your TA is super helpful, my friend Chris. Yes, thank you, our friend.
Yes, sir. Hey, I appreciate you guys. And yeah, hopefully, I think my biggest goal with this is, one day I get on Twitter and we get like 50 guys just posting really cool TA charts and I can learn something, I love learning. I love seeing people spread knowledge and ideas. So it's good stuff. All right. Now I need to come over here and get the Helios contract address. So this is the other thing I want to talk to you guys about what's going on with Helios because it seems like this is more like a Helios type of themed live stream. So I want to talk about something big that we're seeing on this price chart that not many people are talking about. And to be honest, this is probably one of the biggest trading patterns, one of the most bullish trading patterns, one of the most clearest trading patterns I have seen on these markets and especially in the TitanX ecosystem. So most of you guys know, well, Trey, inverse head and shoulders, right?
Oh, I knew that exactly when you put it up. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So
I still
base
like being the dummy.
Yeah, so basically we have when the pressure comes down right here, you have a neckline, you have a left shoulder, you have a right shoulder, and then you have a head. And so basically what an inverse head and shoulders is saying is, hey, this is a bullish pattern and there's going to be a breakout. Now, if you guys just take a look at the Helios chart, this is probably one of the biggest inverse head and shoulders I have ever seen. So what happened with this pressure is we came down and crashed down. Now, right here in this July timeframe is right when TitanX bottomed out. And since it bottomed out, Helios had a massive pump to the upside, and it was just trading sideways for about 28 days. You can't make this stuff up, man. 28 days. That's crazy. So it was trading sideways for about 28 days, and then it broke down. Now, keep in mind when you have an inverse head and shoulders, just because it trades sideways, it doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be a breakout. what usually happens with these types of trading patterns is you see the pattern, you come right here and you trade at the neckline. And typically, sometimes what they'll do is they'll break down a little bit. And then when they break up, test that neckline, come up, retest it, and then that they break out. So this is just saying, like, hey, this thing is looking very bullish coming on to the future. So, definitely please just keep that in mind. Actually, no, I'm going to keep the neckline right here. And it's like right about here. So, looking at the move, if you guys want an easy way of projecting this, the way I did was a little bit complicated. What you can do is you can come here and trace the neckline. So, from the neckline down to the top of the head, and you drag this thing up to the shoulder right here, and it'll give you a price target across the board. What I did was I used the Fibonacci tool to make it look more official, look like I know what I'm talking about. And I use that to project how high this can go. So if we come through this head inverse head and shoulders and we come back up, and I'm going to move this over. So if we do something where we come back up close to this neckline, come up, test it, come up, maybe do a small retest, and then break out. This is your target right here, $10.8 million. And I'll extend the neckline out a little bit just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Right here, come up, break down, test it, come out, fake you out, boom. And so, in my opinion, based off of this trading pattern, if we were to break out and we hit that $10.8 million market cap on Helios, hey, man, things are going to be looking good. And keep in mind, we got Element 280 coming out. We got the Treasury. We got a protocol built on top of Element 280. So there's plenty of bullish catalysts behind Helios. And then the last thing I want to say about Helios, because I'm just excited about this. When we come over here and we look at the future estimated payout, they're basically going to be getting over $230,000 worth of ETH. Now, the question is, where's that ETH going to be going to? And let me make sure I got the buy and burn right here. I believe, man, I was literally looking this earlier. So ETH distribution right here. 70% of that goes to the Helios buy and burn, 10% goes to the cycle reward pool, and then 20% goes to the investment pool. So if you got about 70% coming in, I think was that like 150? What was that? 228 times. I don't really feel like doing math right now. 150,000. So you're basically getting about 150,000 coming in and burning this said token, which I really like. And I'm going to do a quick screen share and then add that to the chart because that's actually a very important thing that we need to add to the Helios. Oh, not that one. Hold on, give me 1 second. Come over here, and then I'm going to add this to the land of the Helios right here. So we'll mess around with this later. Oh, wow, that curves. That's actually kind of cool. All right. Awesome. Good stuff. So yeah, overall, man, Helios chart looks extremely bullish. I think the big thing that we really need to see on this chart is we need to come up and test the neckline. That's a big thing. And there's no guarantee. There's not many guarantees in technical analysis. What this says is extremely bullish, but depending on the price analysis and depending on the catalyst, we need to test that neckline so that we can break out this pattern. If not, there is a chance we could break down. I'm just saying that's within the realm of possibility. Keep in mind, technical analysis is based on percentages. It's not based on guarantees. If anyone who's a TA guy that says it's guaranteed to go to this price point, block them on Twitter and never talk to them again because they are lying to you. If you guys come onto our channel, we give you 3 price points of where this price could potentially hit. And right now, we just said first one, neckline. Second one, the bearish case, there's a magnet right here. I can definitely see it right here. And then in the bullish case, we come up, test all-time highs. That's the third one. And then we break out to that $10.8 million market cap. Trey Souls, anything else you want to say about this before we move on?
I'm just curious to know what it looks like on the day on the like the other charts, weekly chart and the monthly chart. But yeah,
Okay.
that's all.
So wow, that's gonna go out in space, whatever. So weekly chart, definitely see the head and shoulders, very beautiful. The question is if we can close out here with a doji. If this is a doji, then that's gonna be trend reversal through the neckline. So it actually doesn't look too bad on the weekly. Now the monthly, that's a good question. Oh wow. Okay. So came down, bearish engulfing candle, doji came up, another a spinning top doji on the monthly, so that's a trend reversal. A doji, another doji on the monthly, bearish engulfing candle, bearish candle, massive bullish engulfing candle in the month of August. So that's actually extremely bullish. And then we have I mean, that's technically not a doji, just a little bit of a correction from that massive bullish engulfing candle. And then we just had the monthly open. So I wouldn't really take this one into consideration. But the question is, will this come up and do a bullish engulfing candle, or will it be at least a doji? So I want this to at least either be like a small doji here, or close above about 5 zeros and a 203. That's what we're looking for. If this goes below here, then that's not going to look good for the ending of October, especially with the amount of money coming to market. Any thoughts on that?
We just want to see a bullish engulfing candle on that thing. That's because, according basically to your analysis, that would probably rocket it all the way up to its new all time high. So, yeah, if we see a bullish engulfing candle on the monthly, it's likely to be pretty freaking huge.
Yeah. So I think the most important time frame right now is right now this week, because we had a doji, 1, 2, 3 red candles, and then if we get a doji right here and then we get a trend reversal, then there's a good chance that that's going to say, hey, we touch this neckline, it might be go time. So I think if you guys want to look at this, you want to pay attention to that weekly time frame, because if you get that doji, then that's going to be a big trend reversal, in my opinion. So
I like it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I was thinking too. So, hey, folks, you got your chance to go look at Helios, not financial advice, for the
yes,
weekly.
yes,
Let's get
sir.
it for the weekly win.
Yes, sir. And then last thing, we got to talk about some numerology. You down for it?
Do it, brother.
All right. So Awesome X right now. Let's see. Can I write over it? Oh, no way. I can write over this. That's cool. I had no idea I can draw on these logos. So Awesome X right now, they're doing a new launch based on numerology. And so Jake reached out to him and said, hey, um, there's a good numerology date. Now the question is, like, all these projects, like I believe DragonX launched on the 17th. So this was on the 8th day. This one launched on the 28th of last month. Hydra launched on, I believe it was like the 9th, but the date adds up to an 8. And it was like the 300 and wait, no. It was the 380th day or something from the protocol launch. I can't remember, but there's a reason. Now I want to talk about Helios. When do you think the date of Helios was?
The date of Helios?
Yeah,
Oh, there you go. 228.
2024. Now, if you guys are into this stuff, I'll give you a little tad bit. All right. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 28 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4 equals 38. 38 is 3/8 right here. So from a numerology perspective, this is actually a lot higher than on a numerology energetic level. It's a lot higher than TitanX in of itself. 38 is way bigger than 28 across the board. Now here's the other thing. You see Helios, right? The H.
Mm-hmm.
You see the H?
Mm-hmm.
It's the 8th letter. So I know the dude's not all about this stuff, and I really get it. But when it comes to numerology and astrology, if a numerologist or astrologist saw the Helios protocol and saw what he did with the date, the name, and even the colors, because if you look at, I believe that is like orange and black, that adds up to 33 as well. So
Was
overall,
it 30,
go ahead.
38, the hidden 33?
38 is not the hidden 33. No. I'm talking
But
about
didn't you say 38 was a hidden something before?
it's 3/8.
Okay.
So you know why Jake likes 28? It's 2 8s. You see?
Hmm.
So it's 3 8s. Three plus 8 equals 11. So you also have 11. So when it comes to anything wealth wise, 38 is higher than 28.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. So overall, when it comes to the one that has the best launch date in all TitanX, it's Helios. So cool. Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. I was surprised no one picked up on that. So, but hey, that might be some good marketing. So cool. Any other thoughts before we move on from TitanX? And I guess we just get into price charts because we're at 46 minutes. Man, dude, I felt like 10 minutes. That's
I
crazy.
know it's flown by fast. I've been looking at the time too. Yeah, man. Let's just keep moving, keep rolling. Price
All right,
charts.
price charts, good stuff. All right. Let's just take a look at Bitcoin since everybody's having a heart attack. So here's what we're looking at with Bitcoin. So right here, we got an Adam and Eve being formed. And if you remember the Helios chart, right? So it came up here, touched, and then broke down. That's how a lot of these breakouts happen. You come up, you touch, you break down, and then you do a retest and you break out. Now let's see if I can find another trade pattern where that happens. Um, Probably not here. Well, inverse head and shoulders that broke out. No. Let's see. All right, so here, Adam, Eve broke down, came so right when we got to the neckline. So this is an Adam Eve right
Yep.
here.
Came back, tested the neckline back, and when it hit that neckline, freaking
Came
mooned. Came
came
back,
down,
retested.
another retest, broke out just like that.
Yep.
So this is basically where we're at right now. Is that we're breaking down right here. Then we
Hmm.
want to see a nice little doji come up, bullish engulfing candle, retest the breakout. See you later. So just coming back up to the Bitcoin price chart, it's literally almost the same exact scenario. Now we had on the daily a breakdown. So 1, 2, 3, spinning top doji, another spinning top doji, and then hopefully whether it's today, tomorrow, the day after that, we get a massive bullish engulfing candle and we come back and test the top of this flag. Now, please keep in mind we do have a lot of resistance coming up. So we needed to come up here. And when we hit 62K, it's going to get very, very sketchy. So there is within a realm of possibility that if we don't come up and we touch 62K, there's a good chance that we might have to come down and come close to 52K. That is within the realm of possibility. And that's going to be the next magnet we have to come down and touch. Well, actually, I don't think we're gonna go. Actually, no. Let me take that back. I don't think we're gonna go that low. I don't think so. No, 52K is a little bit too low. That's a little bit too extreme. So I have one touch, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the most reasonable retest that I see here, and this is on a very smaller time frame. I don't like to do small time frames. Is we come up, we touch, and we break down, and then we touch this magnet right here at 56K. That's the lowest I would see it. I don't see this going down to 52K. If that happens, then the market maker really wants to screw with you. That's how I see it. So yeah, overall on the daily time frame, just a breakdown, and also see 3 stars in the south, followed by spinning top doji. So there's a good chance this could be a trend reversal. We just gotta verify it, and our goal is to get up to close to about. It's probably gonna. Well, we're gonna have to touch 62K. There's gonna be a little bit of resistance, and then get up to that 64K price point, and then that's when it's gonna be potentially go time. And we might see that at the end of the market if we don't come down and touch 56K. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it definitely all lines up. It's been a very linear lesson all the way through the Helios chart, and then looking at this, then its previous moves on the Bitcoin chart. Looks like we just need a run up to the top of that flag line. Let's get it.
Yeah. I'll probably actually I'm gonna remove this line. I'll add at the end. but just for looks. So what do we see on the weekly? Came up. We got 3 white soldiers and then just broke down. We actually literally talking about this. So just because you got a guarantee or you think it's a slam dunk, it's not necessarily a guarantee. And keep in mind, we're still waiting for this weekly close. So what do we want to see for this weekly close? We do not want to see a doji. First off, if we get a weekly close doji, like a doji at the top, something like this right here, then there's a good chance we're gonna come down and touch that 56K level. Actually, I'm gonna try add it back. Do I have it back? Hold on. There it is. All right. So then there's a good chance we'll come down and touch this 56K level if we get a doji. So the way to avoid this crisis is we come back up, get above the flag, and I just want to see us hit 66K, and that could be a potential indicator of go time. Now, on a realistic time frame, we might flirt with 62 close, and we could just trade sideways from here. That is within the realm of possibility. But overall, if you see a doji, it's not good looks. And then let's look at the monthly since we just had monthly close. So yeah, monthly looks good. I think we already covered that. I want to look at the 3. Get to do 3 days. Now we're good. Yeah, man. So I mean, overall, I think the price chart looks good. We're just trading inside and out of a flag. If people are saying that this is the end of the market, it's over, it's going to zero, unfollow and block them. Bitcoin, in order for this to be a great bull market, Bitcoin has to break above 100K. I see everyone saying that Bitcoin's going to 92K, 89K. Because so many people are saying that, I don't think it's going to happen. And I also don't think we're going to hit 130K or 140K because that's the second price target. So with the price target of Bitcoin, I see a lot of 92K and then a lot of like 135K. The market maker is either going to put it in between those two values or it's going to go a little bit higher and fake all of you guys out. So that's how I assess the tops. And do we still have a price target? Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, I changed the color scheme. I just didn't get around to change this right here. So as I turn the black on, you're probably going to be able to see it. Put this on. Put this on. All right, so right here we have our 133K target, and then we also have that 80 to 92K target right here. So this right here is where everybody thinks the price of Bitcoin is going to go, right here on the chart, right here, either point A or point B, just like that. Some people think it's not going to go up to 100K. So it could be somewhere in between here. But what I'm leaning a little bit more towards is what RH predicted. He predicted a 227K BTC, and he did a Fibonacci retracement tool to do that. And he was comparing the other bull runs. So what I think most likely will happen in this market is we break out and we get to price target 1, and then a bunch of people sell, and then it goes up, 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 and then people start FOMOing in after they sell, and then we either blow past 130K and maybe go a little bit above it. I can get into like that 160, 170K, or we get closer to that RH prediction. And by the time everybody goes in and buys, the market maker drops it and wrecks everybody. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, we've been talking about this for a minute, but I'm glad you're leaking it out. Here's
Yes.
the alpha, guys. Here it goes. The
And
market maker's gonna try to fake you while we're all supposed to be making cash out moves. So, gotta know what's going on.
here's
RH
the
called the top on the day.
and here's the thing, because I know a lot of you guys, some of you guys were in the last market, but I want to go right here, right here. This top right here. You remember what everyone was saying right here?
We're gonna be going to $1 million Bitcoin.
Yeah, $1 million. The big one was 100K. Everybody was saying 100K. 100K Bitcoin, 100K BTC right here.
Based off what though?
Huh?
Based off what?
Just hype. I think it was based off of I think it had something to do with a market cap. I believe that market cap would have been what was that 1.5 trillion or 2 trillion? I think it was 2 trillion for 100K if I recall correctly. So, but BitBoy Crypto, all those guys were saying 100K BTC right here, and then the market maker dropped it down. So in this market, everybody was bullish. Everybody thought 100K Bitcoin. That's what everybody was saying. You see what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
that's the thing. Now we get into this bull market. Would you say it's fair to say that more people are bearish?
I would think so right now. I'm seeing a lot of bearish sentiment across Twitter or
Yeah,
X. So yeah.
yeah. So what I'm saying is people got PTSD from right here, and that PTSD never disappeared, and it's right here. You can really feel it when it trades sideways, and they're like, "Bro, we're not going to 100K. We're not going to 100K," because they remember this market right here because they told them everybody that that it was going to go to 100K. Now it's more bearish. So the inverse consensus of the crowd is going to be extremely bullish for this next breakout. That's what I think. And if everyone started saying Bitcoin's going to that price target of like 200K or whatever, if everyone started saying that, then I'm going to be like, all right, it's definitely not going there because all you guys are saying it. You see how we pivot? It's all about being the black sheep. That is the theme that I'm trying to get across to you guys is being the black sheep because I'll be real honest with you guys. When me and Trey do our thing and we continue live stream, when Bitcoin starts getting up into this phase, we might start fading away a little bit. And so with these conversations we have before things get very crazy and stupid, I want you guys to lock this in your brain and understand this because if you follow the crowd, you're going to get slaughtered by the wolf. Sheep follow others. Sheep use talking points from other men. Leaders come up with their own talking points, their own thesis, and their own approach to life. You want to be a leader. You do not want to be a follower. That's the point I'm trying to say. That's what me and Trey do when we look at this technical analysis. When we look at these price charts, we do not watch other people's live streams and then do the same thing they do it. A lot of these crypto influencers, they take points from other people, they mash it all together, and they put it out there. And so people are like, wow, that's such a great viewpoint. But in reality, it was copied over from someone else. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful who you listen to. You got to be careful of like all the parrots and stuff. And there's a lot of people that always hit me up with their bogus ideas, and I just ignore them. Does that make sense? I know I just went on a rant, but you get it.
No, we needed to hear that. Look, man, we're playing in the right sandbox, but you got to know when to get the hell out and get the sand out your pants. So that's all I know to say, bro. Look, like you said, we may be fading away at these levels right there. So you guys got to know what you're doing. We're gonna be paying attention to looking at our own bags and what we have to be doing. It's gonna be a lot of strategy to do. So we won't be able to be here any longer at that time. But like I think Gugod said it best one time in a Discord chat. He said just inverse trade, emotions and candles and just try to make your own decisions, man. Be your own thinker, like Chris said. Don't always just rely on what we say or what the next guy says or we could be wrong just as much as the next guy. But that's how you learn. It's getting in there, trying things out, trial and error, and beginning to understand, the ecosystem that you're playing in and you're trying to capitalize on. So that's all I got.
Good. Yeah, good stuff. So, we'll when we start getting the breakout point and whatnot, I mean, we could talk more about how the market's moving, but the big point I'm trying to say is if you guys are ever interested in technical analysis, the it might be a little too late to get really far in the weeds, but the biggest thing you guys can do is identify when the top is. You don't have to get into these crazy macro levels and Fibonacci tools and Elliott wave theory. The big thing you want to look at is how the price top works. So you can compare what happened here. So, like for example, we have a doji on the weekly right here, traded sideways. Another doji came back down, and then boom, that was like your red light to get out. Came back up, touched it, broke down, and then you had your second chance. So these are the things that you should be looking for in the price chart, and these are going to be the things that you can look at when you need to get out of the market. Another thing you can look at if you come over here to Bitcoin dominance, this is the easiest way to figure out if altcoin season is going to be over. we're going to get a breakdown on tether dominance, and it's the amount of people that have money in stable coins. Tether's the biggest stable coin on the market. This is the best metric to track. When we start to see a breakdown, people are converting their tether into altcoin. That means altcoin season's coming. Now, what's probably going to happen, and I'm going to draw this out for you guys. We're going to get some sort of breakdown. It's going to like trade sideways, break down, and then it's going to stall up, test it out, come back up, hit this line, touch it, hit this line, touch it, and then come back up, touch it, and then it's going to go up. So when you see a chart like this, and it's basically going to form the biggest cup and handle. So breakdown, touch, come up, handle, and then boom, break out. So down here is when all the capital is going to be deployed. That's when you're going to get your 50x, 100x, 1000x, 10,000x right here. When you see the tether dominance get as low as 2%. And then once it starts to retrace and come all the way back up, people take profit, and that's going to be the end. So the number one, the two things you should be looking at: the Bitcoin price chart. If you see any warning signs of a top or things starting to come down, and then number two, tether dominance. Because if people are taking profit in stable coins, there's a good chance that this is the time to get out. And so with just those two indicators alone, you should be good to go. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Preaching. Keep it coming.
Yes, sir. So tether dominance, we talk about this a lot. So breakdown, retest, coming back into the flag. So we got retested out. So in the weekly, question is, if this is a bullish engulfing candle, then there's a good chance we might need to come back up here and touch the top of this flag. Let's take a look at the daily. All right, so the daily is forming 3 stars to the north. So you see how these candles get smaller, smaller, and smaller?
Mm-hmm.
As they get smaller, there's a good chance there's going to be a breakdown. So maybe towards the end this week, we might see a test to the bottom of this flag. If not, it could break down, come up, form a handle, or an inverse head and shoulders, and then touch the top of the flag. So right now, the price action or movement is extremely neutral. Does that make sense?
It might basically going to be a slow weekend.
Yeah. So we're in a very neutral time where it could come back down, or it could form that inverse head and shoulders and test back up. But overall, man, the thing that we're looking for is that breakdown and then altcoin season. So that's what we're looking across. So good stuff. All right. We're sitting at an hour and 3 minutes. Well, I want to get to a really good learning point that I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys the Sol and BTC chart, and this is going to be very great for when we get back into the bear market. As you guys can see, I was in my price analysis earlier. Now we're looking at Solana versus Bitcoin. If you guys were in Solana in the last market, you probably absolutely crushed it. It launched and did almost what was it? It did basically a 13x versus Bitcoin right when it launched up until 2020. And then during altcoin season, it did a 150x versus Bitcoin. So the point of this chart and what it's saying is, as Solana went up, it actually performed much higher versus Bitcoin. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you said 13x more than Bitcoin on the first run up, and then
150x on the second run up.
yeah.
So, and then when we got to the bear market, it started trading sideways. So you see how the price went down. So versus Bitcoin, a lot of people went down into Bitcoin. It basically retraced 90%. So it went down 90% versus Bitcoin. So if you had $100 up here, you had about $22 down here. So, and then it came up and started going up, and it still hasn't broke all-time high versus Bitcoin. So since this bottomed out, it's up about a 5x versus Bitcoin. So the reason why I'm bringing this chart up is when you look at some of these altcoins, you want to assess it versus Bitcoin because Bitcoin always leads the market. And this was the biggest mistake me and Trey made because when we bottomed out, we started looking at altcoins and started throwing darts. And some of them we got really lucky, and some of them we got wrecked on. And we would have been just better off buying Bitcoin, holding that, let that appreciate, and then just go in and allocate into opportunities, whether it's a meme coin running here or an altcoin running here, and then just build up that Bitcoin portfolio. Now, why do I say that? I'll show you another chart. Let's look at AVAX and BTC. So we come over here to the AVAX and BTC chart. You see how, I wonder if we have an older chart. Here you go. So since November of 2021, AVAX is down 88% versus Bitcoin. Since the start of this market, AVAX has been basically trading sideways. We're basically at another local low. So what this tells me is if you want to get into AVAX, you're better off just holding Bitcoin, waiting for altcoin season, and then rotate into AVAX. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
It's about storing your economic energy and then rolling into it. Now, I wonder if we have Rat Pulse and BTC. Do we? Do we have Pulse and BTC? All right, let's look at LTC and BTC. All right, let's see how far back this time goes. Let's go to the monthly. Now, this one, I wonder if we got like a longer time frame on the exchanges. BitFinex, maybe BitFinex is a little bit older. No, not BitFinex. Litecoin. Okay. Well, let's just go with Binance. So if you guys just take a look at Litecoin since 2014, it actually had a massive run up and people crushed it. And then it just traded sideways ever since then. And I'm going to disregard this doji. But since 2013, Litecoin has been down 96% versus Bitcoin. So you guys get the point of what I'm trying to say is that you're better off holding Bitcoin unless it's a new project. Now, let's take a look at the SWE chart because the SWE chart versus BTC looks phenomenal right now. So if you look at the SWE chart versus Bitcoin, we're up a 10x since it launched. We're up a 10x right now, which is absolutely crazy. Let me go on the weekly time frame. And since SWE
Adam
started,
and Eve? Is
say that again.
that Adam and Eve?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. So this is a 2x versus Bitcoin. So I think the main point I'm trying to say is when we see like projects like SWE, Pulse Chain, TitanX, all these altcoins, they're new projects, and versus Bitcoin, they're going to go up versus it, and we're going to see appreciation. Litecoin did it, Avalanche did it, Solana did it, Polygon Matic did it, and then they're going to drop down. So this is the time to take advantage of the situation. Now, Trey brought up a really great point. We do have an Adam and Eve trading pattern, and I wonder if I can highlight it here. Let's see. Man, how did I do my other trading patterns? Oh, Head and Shoulders. I guess they don't have an Adam Eve. I guess they just don't like it. All right, well, whatever. Screw it. So if I come over here, right here we have a Adam, and then we have a Eve. So what this price chart's telling me right now, if you're just looking at SWE and you want to do a target analysis on a move, if we break out of this Adam Eve, and keep in mind there is a neckline about right here, I would say. So how this chart's probably going to move, it's going to come up, touch it,
Same
come up,
thing you were talking
touch
about
it,
earlier?
come up, touch it, in, out. What are you saying?
Was that's basically what we were talking about earlier. The same style of neckline touch, then retest.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. So what we're probably going to see with like a project like Sweep, and this is going to be the same case with like TitanX and all these new projects we get into versus Bitcoin, it's going to absolutely explode. Does that make sense?
And then it's going to not.
Exactly. And in the bear market, you're going to see it go down like I showed you. So with these new projects, take advantage of them because they're the new. Squeeze the new. TitanX is the new. What's another project? Pulse Chain. Pulse Chain's
Say,
the new. Say. Oh yeah, Say is a great one. We'll do a price chart on Say. So in my opinion, if you guys are looking for new ecosystems to play around in, I'd be looking at Say. I'd be looking at Sweet. I'd be looking at like TitanX because these are going to absolutely crush it and then trade sideways. Now, when we get into the bear market, now this is the key, and this is what I'm trying to teach you guys. Where me and Trey messed up. When you start to see a bottom right here, when you get bottom indicators and things go crazy. So right here, we had the FTX collapse, I believe. I think, yeah, the FTX collapse happened right here on March. This was the last blood moon. This is where you should have put all of everything, all your ammo right into Bitcoin. Because if you would have done that, you could have just rode this puppy up. And then when altcoins came across the board, meme coins came across the board, you just allocate by selling from Bitcoin into that said altcoin, take your profit, and then go back into Bitcoin. Because what I'm seeing in this market and how I see these price charts work is Bitcoin leads the way first and then the money rotates into Bitcoin. So you want to make sure you're with the money and then use that to maintain your value. Does that make sense?
beautiful rotation points for the audience. Smash that like button, folks, right there. You're not going to get that anywhere else, right there, than on the verse. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. So you guys get the point, and I'm gonna highlight this on one last time, and then actually I want to look at the Say chart because I haven't even looked at it. You brought up a really good point. I really like Say. I need to get into the paralyzed EVM. I never got a chance to like research that, but I'm just telling you guys, and I'm warning you because if you don't if you don't learn it from us, like I said, if you guys don't understand this concept, then you're gonna get absolutely burned. Now,
Bought the top of Binance Smart Chain.
yes, sir.
Wrecked.
So from AVAX right here, you did a 25x versus Bitcoin. And then from then on, if you would have just held AVAX versus Bitcoin, you would have been down 88, 89%. So if you're just holding, you had AVAX and Bitcoin goes down, but your AVAX would have gone down even much more. Because remember, Bitcoin did an 80% retrace. So you take your money in that and you basically subtract 80% and then you do it again. So you multiply it by 20% twice. You get absolutely crushed. So the main point I'm trying to say is where we are with TitanX, where we are with Sui, where we are with Say, and all these other projects we talk about, you're right here. This is where you're at right now. And then it's going to go up and then it's going to trade sideways. So, as for the leverage play and the buy and burn and whatever, we can do analysis, but I'm trying to make this as a general point in the market so that you guys understand this because I know TitanX is a little bit different and we can't talk about the exception for the rule. I'm just talking like in general with meme coins and a lot of these other projects because I don't want to see you guys get wrecked. And chances are when we enter the bear market, I don't know if me and Trey are still going to be around. So I want this to get ingrained in your brain. You see what I'm saying? So
Yes, yes, dude. This has been one of the best live streams in a long time. We got 182 of you guys in there. Share this thing out, man. Let me look at the Twitter real quick. See if it's getting shares.
yeah, let me know if it's not getting shares, then hit the intro video.
Let me see this. You guys want to see a skate video?
You want to see a skate video? We got to do that. We got to do like a little preloading video and just put it up here and just use that when we got it.
Let's see. Okay, we got some shares coming out. Yeah, we got some shares. Let's see.
We got some shares.
Oh yeah,
We
we
got
got some reposts. We got four reposts on our
well, how
four
many
reposts
likes?
on the Twitter. Eight likes on the post. TitanX sleeping altcoin gem. Yep, that's the tweet. That's the tweet,
That's the
folks.
tweet. All right. Well, we're about to wrap up. I just want to do a quick say analysis. So
Oh,
checking out.
and hey, I've got a quick thing I want you to look at, if you will. It's Memecoin. Will you look at a Memecoin?
Yeah. Let me look at Say real quick, and then we'll check out that meme coin. And we'll wrap it up. So
Okay, okay, cool.
so Say right now is up about 8x versus Bitcoin. And so what I'm seeing happen right now, so this is interesting because this could be extremely bearish. So, you can make a case for this being a head and shoulders, which means this thing's about to drop down and go down low, or it can come up and form a cup and handle. So we're in we're in a weird 50-50 scenario with Say. But the main point is versus Bitcoin, it's actually looking pretty good. And Swee's doing its thing. And I also think Say is another one a lot of people are sleeping on. And we might need to talk about some Say meme coins because I do see a lot of more interest going into Say. But overall, man, look at Say at the beginning of the year, it came up and then absolutely just crushed it versus
It's just
Bitcoin.
trading sideways a bit and ready for the next leg up, dude. So
Yeah.
who knows?
So
We'll see.
so we actually had a meme coin run when this happened right here on Say. And I wish we were in that meme coin run. And then we had the massive retracement. Yeah, man. So overall, just Say versus BTC is looking good. Now I just want to look at like the actual Say price. Yeah, let's do this one. Why does that look so weird? SCI. Let's do USDT. Come on, Binance. Give me a good. All right. That looks a lot better. I don't know why Coinbase looks so jacked up. All right. So basically on the BTC chart, it doesn't look too good. But what I'm seeing is forming, it's going up and just forming a beautiful W. So if this thing can just hold its trend line right here, if it can hold it, if it can hold its trend line, and then I'm also seeing a little bit of a potential start of an Elliott triangle.
Yeah. Can you put the fib tool on it?
What you want ranges on it? Do
Yeah,
you care?
I just wanted to look where that trend line laid in the middle.
Like, do you want any percent ranges? Do you care?
No,
It's
you're good.
one.
You're good. That's it. You've already done what I wanted to look at. You're good.
Okay, cool. So we have an impulse move. The first one will probably is this on log? Okay. So if we have an impulse move, the first one we'll probably be looking at is about 1.831. So yeah, man, I like this. But also keep in mind we do have actually we did break out of a trend line. All right. So I know I got a lot of charts coming on. So we have a bottom trend line coming here where we're trading very close to. And then we also have a resistance coming across. So it comes up here, touch, 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 come down, came
Hmm.
up, touched it, came in, retest, and then break out. So we could potentially be seeing a potential breakout. And then on this trading pattern with hold on, let me get rid of this. I got way too much stuff going on this chart. So I do see the beginning stages of a potential Elliott wave triangle, but it might be a little too soon to call. And I literally just did the wrong freaking pattern. So this could be point A, and the next thing we're looking at is point B, C, D, and E. So this could be potentially the start of point A, but it's a little bit too soon to talk about. So
Okay.
cool. All right. What's the meme quote you want to look at?
All right, man. I want you to do that red and blue dot analysis with Crash and Brett. Please. This is from my boy right here, Macky Wacky. My boy Mac.
Uh, so he wants to study forced narratives. Okay. I think he got that from all right. So Brett and Crash. So
This might take Chris a minute to set up, which is a perfect time to smash that like button. I'm always hungry for likes. I always need more likes. Likes make my dopamine receptors fire on all cylinders. Bing, 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 bing. Likes my phone all day. Likes my computer all day. Likes. Give me those likes, baby. Make Tree feel nice.
Make tree feel nice. All right. So you said bread and crash, right?
I want to look at the Brett and Crash and study the red and blue dot real quick.
Okay.
I know this is a curveball. Chris had no idea we were going to do this segment. So be patient with us, bear with us, because I think it's going to be a banger. I think it's going to be revealing.
Uh-oh. I don't think they have crash on here. Hmm. I don't know if I can do it. Let's see. Can I do it on here? Is there let's see. Okay, so it will let me do on here. Okay. All right. I got a better idea. Let's do this. All right. So just keep in mind, I don't know. I like using TradingView a little better because they give you a little bit more. But I have yet to do this on Deck Screener. So and all right. I need to make sure I get the oldest contract on Brett. Because if we're gonna do that type of analysis, it's got to be the oldest liquidity pool because it'll have the most price chart. Um, Not that one. I believe it was 7 months and 9 days ago. It's gotta look like 2 waves. Yeah. All right. This definitely is the one because I was studying it earlier. All right. And then we want crash. Do I have crash right here? All right. So I'm gonna grab this contract address. I'm gonna put this in here, and then whoa. Let's try same new price scale.
This is so exciting. I feel like I'm at a movie. I don't watch movies anymore or go to movies. It's been so long. So this is my movies.
New price
If it's
scale.
anybody else's movies, just say that in the comments below. This is my movie. You should comment a little popcorn or a little movie reel.
Yeah. Well, where is this price chart? Like disappeared. Huh. Am I tripping right now? Actually, let's do this. Log. Log. Oh, it's right here. That's why. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. Make this less complicated. Auto. Why is this line what is going on right now? Did something happen to the bread chart?
Are we finding something out right
Okay.
now? No,
All
what the
right.
hell?
All right. I'm gonna do this on a new pan. This one. Okay. All right. Auto. All right. For some reason, this thing's just not working. All right. I'm gonna try one more time and then I might need to just save it for the next live stream because I've never done this on Deck Screener.
No worries.
uh Crash on base. Okay. Why does it keep doing that? It's all right. It's all good. No, no, this one, I want this to be okay. So can I change this color? Can I please just get hollow candles? Okay. All right. So I guess this is just like the same day or something. I don't know why it's pointing up like that. but it is what it is. Okay, let's go full. So what do I see right here? So right when Crash launched, can I do dots on here? So Crash launched like right about here. And we'll do this as a red. Well,
Yeah, you can see that. That's good.
you can see it. All right.
Yeah, it's good.
Shit. Oh god, come on. Just ow. All right. For some reason this thing won't let me put it. Can I do it right here, please? Oh yeah, let's freaking go. All right.
Nice.
So we got this right here, and then basically right when Crash topped, and so this is a local high right here, and we'll just put this as blue, and then down here we have a little bit of a local high right here. So basically what I'm seeing, well, this one has to be, well, technically I'm going to put this like right here, and then so low right here came back up, and then the narrative came in and then just followed up, and then right when Brett topped out, so did Crash as well. So what am I seeing on the Crash chart compared to the Brett chart? So we definitely hit a bottom. It's probably going to be somewhere right about here is where I'm seeing a nice, come on, man. I'm gonna pull this up a little bit. And disregard, I don't know what's going on right here. Just disregard this like weird green candle. I don't know why it's doing that. So give me red. So we have a bottom right here, and then we're starting to see a little bit of a local top right here. And then what I'm seeing also over here is a local top right here. So basically, from just this chart alone, there's a massive correlation between Brett and Crash. So Crash did about a 4x. And then from this local bottom right here, which I need to put a dot on, this did a 63%. So basically 50% on, yeah, basically you got 50% ROI on your money right there. So I think the main point I'm trying to say is because Crash plays very well into Brett right here, this is going to be a high correlation between both these narratives. So when you see a movement in Brett, you're also going to see a similar movement in Crash. And I think that has a lot to do with the influencer. I also do believe that Crash is one of the biggest faces behind Brett, and the price chart verifies that. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, this is the simplest way to put this, and I love this analysis. So when Mac asked me about this, I was like, I'll see if we have time in the live stream to compare these charts and look and see if you can front run things by just looking at these red and blue dots. I mean, you're always looking at a lot when it comes to TA. So just being able to analyze a chart like this, I think is very helpful, and I appreciate you bringing this new tool to the
Yeah.
mix.
Yeah, so I think when you do a play like this, so when he says forced narratives, what he's saying is you got the main play, which is the alpha, and you got the beta plays. So what happens is the alpha moves and then the betas move. And the betas usually are smaller market caps. So the theory behind this is like, all right, you missed out on Brett, right? Well, how can I get more Brett? You got Crash. There might be like a Wolf or Land Wolf or whatever. And you look at these narratives and you say, okay, rather than me putting $1,000 into Brett, I'll put into one of these beta moves, let that jump up, and then get a big position on Brett. It's called catch up trades. So what I'm seeing right here is people are using Crash as a catch up trade to get more Brett. That's it. So
Boom. That's exactly what I want to get. Sweet, bro. Oh, we made it to an hour and a half.
yes, sir. That was good, man. So we got about
205 of y'all in here right now.
yeah. So all right. Well, I'm getting kind of hungry. So that's all I got, man. You got anything else?
Nah, dude, that's it. I'm tired. Chris is hungry. I'm tired, bro. We gotta go, man. But you know what? It's been cool kicking it with you guys. We love all of y'all. And I think someone said, uh, bookmark the stream, download it, save it, screen record it, send it to a copy of in VHS to your grandmother's house because you're gonna need it in the next couple of months. Let's go, baby. See you the
Yes.
rest of October.
Yes, sir. And like I said, guys, thank you so much for viewing this live stream today. Please share this out, hit that like button, continue to spread the word to other conscious beings, and we'll see you in the next one.